Do you hear us?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, yes, there is no problem. Thank you. Have a nice day for you.
So nice of you, sir. May I start now?
Yeah, why not? You can start now.
Okay, let me share my screen, sir.
Yes, please.
Is my screen visible to you, sir?
Yes, there's no problem.
Okay, sir. And am I audible as well?
Yes, yes, please.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to everyone. This is Dr. Muhammad Safdar Bhatti from the Islamic University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan. First of all, I would like to thank the ORP organization for inviting me in their multiple conferences as a keynote speaker. That is a great honor for me to work with you people, sir. Thank you. And the topic of my today's talk is impact of aviates on ESL learners' vocabulary skills and investigation. And that is a brief sketch of my talk. Dear audience, language is something we use. It is a skill subject and the basis of language is practice. Human beings need a language to communicate with the people of the world. For this purpose, there is a dire need of a language of international level. Obviously, English has won this status and has become a source of communication among the people of different parts of the world. Its knowledge is a successful passport for employment. Teacher has great importance to make his students proficient in English language skills. A teacher can play a significant and positive role in this regard, so he should have command over his subject and possess a great deal of knowledge. The last few decades have witnessed how fast the world has evolved into a global village. Recently, aviates are being used frequently in the classroom to make the teaching learning process easy. Dear audience, as language is a weapon for man, without it he would have remained unable to speak. It is only way to speak with each other, and it is the way by which we can send our messages to others. Without it, man is like a dumb animal. Proficiency over target language and the knowledge of vocabulary can make our students powerful speakers, handsome listeners, good readers, and writers. These four basic language skills are much affected by the deficiency in vocabulary of the learners. So certain attention from teachers and students is the basic need to teach and understand vocabulary. This knowledge refers conceptual understanding of words. Instruction of vocabulary makes a very important feature of any target language learning and teaching process. The level of English language learner is decided and determined by the knowledge of vocabulary. Now I would like to move towards the nature of vocabulary. Dear all, vocabulary is a way post along the path of learning a language. With the help of vocabulary, one can develop mastery over language. It widens the limit of one's knowledge and makes him feel that he is a member of this living world. It increases our knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, our views. Learning of vocabulary is the very basic point to expertise it in the target language. Vocabulary acquisition, vocabulary retention, and vocabulary transfer are some confused processes in learning vocabulary. No doubt, the role of vocabulary is very vital in order to language teaching and learning. Mastery in vocabulary will make the students be able to enhance other skills as well. Basically, English has become an essential part of our culture while its vocabulary is very wide. Developing vocabulary is a key instrument in language teaching to students. Therefore, the teaching of English vocabulary is playing very vital role to make Pakistanis learners to expertise in English as their target language. To get command and grasp over English vocabulary has become a major issue for the majority of Pakistanis learners. Developing vocabulary is a confused series of actions to achieve results. It takes a long period of time to master an English vocabulary. It makes the learning process more meaningful. But in our traditional classrooms, vocabulary has been ignored since the most part of the 20th century. The importance of vocabulary can be shown with the help of this quote, as the British linguist David A. Wilkins says, "Without grammar, very little can be conveyed, but without vocabulary, nothing can be conveyed." As vocabulary is central to English language teaching, and without sufficient vocabulary, students cannot understand others. We cannot convey a single idea without vocabulary. Vocabulary development through aviates is an important aspect of language development. If we talk about the impact of aviates, my dear, as English is a craze of upcoming and upcoming generation, the role of aviates is unavoidable for better learning. The students find it easier to study it with the help of aviates to make the process of learning meaningful and stress-free. There is a positive effect of aviates use on students' participation and motivation. They are the basic characteristics of mastering a language. The use of visual materials like pictures and charts plays a vital role for teaching vocabulary at every level. In fact, pictures and charts are the natural sources of, and human beings have been relying on them since their creation. Pictures are the realistic representation of the objects represented and provide the realistic basics for teaching vocabulary. Pahoja says that vocabulary is the list of words that plays an important role in the teaching learning process. The objectives of my study were to find out the role of aviates in retaining vocabulary for language by the learner, to find out the factors which affect teaching vocabulary through aviates, to highlight the role of pictures in teaching learning situation, to facilitate the ESL learners to use vocabulary in his real life situation more confidently, to find out the methods and techniques which enhance teachers' expertise while using pictures to vocabulary development of the students. If we talk about the significance of the study, dear all, aviates are important for improving vocabulary. The positive results of this research can support the English teachers to apply this method in developing vocabulary of their students, and even they can change their methods to make the students motivated and relaxed in teaching learning process. This study can help the students in focusing their attention, stimulating their interest, giving them real impact, making them aware, modernizing their learning and acquisition. This research is expected to be beneficial for the students, the teacher, and the institution theoretically and practically. My research hypothesis was there is no apparent distinction between the pre-test and post-test of the ESL learners' performance. There is no apparent distinction between aviates usage and learning satisfaction. There is no significant correlation between aviates usage and learning satisfaction. Now, I would like to move towards the literature review. Dear all, we cannot make our influence without command on the English language. According to Hornby, vocabulary is a total number of words which make up a language. Webster said that vocabulary is a list of group of words and phrases, usually in alphabetical order. If language structures make up the skeleton of language, then it is vocabulary that provides the vital organs and the flesh. 20 teachers and 60 students from the Islamic University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan participated in this study. If we talk about the research methodology, that was experimental in nature, and the approach was quantitative, and the random sampling was done. Questionnaire for the teachers and pre-test and post-test for the students were used as a tool to collect the data from the respondents. And that is the graphic description of my data and the pre-test and the post-test results. And this is the basically, these are some factors which I have got from the collected data from the teacher's questionnaire. Improves learning, 95% agreed. Learn vocabulary, 85% agreed. Eliminates hesitation, 90% agreed. Fulfills current needs, 90% agreed. And convenient way, 80% teachers were agreed. And that is the graphic description. Dear all, now I would like to move towards the findings and the conclusions. Teachers and parents' cooperation in regard of sharing academic performance of students is a way to increase vocabulary level of the students. Group work and pair work stimulate the weak students in a mixed ability class. Weak students got a chance to reveal themselves, remove their shyness, and took part in all activities trustfully, which made students to depend on himself rather than the teacher. There must be utmost need to develop vocabulary. So vocabulary must be given more importance in the language teaching to get command over the language being taught. English language teachers should use aviates for teaching English in general and for improving vocabulary in particular. In the end, I would like to give some suggestions and recommendations. My dear, a true English language teaching must be carried out through AV aids to help the learners. Government should formulate proper education policy for introducing proper language teaching in the country. Teachers should present their lessons in an enjoyable, relaxed, and interesting way. It is necessary to introduce AV aids to make language learning meaningful and effective. Students should be encouraged and motivated to learn new vocabulary attentively and share it with their fellows. AV aids promote acquisition of vocabulary skillfully. Teachers should incorporate pictures into activities, divide students into groups, instruct each group to use the new words on the card to perform different activities. And these were some references from which I got the help. And thanks for your patience, and any question, please. That's all from my side. They're all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sattar.
You are welcome, sir.
You know, the English language is very common in the worldwide, and also the language is the best way for the communication for social and economics also. How is the percentage of population in Pakistan who knows the English very well? Are there any percentage?
Yes, sir. I can tell you about percentage. About 60 to 70%, the students are going to learn English and they can communicate in English, because now we are living in a global village and they will have to interact internationally by using this language. So now that is the craze. In Pakistan, English is going to be taught as a compulsory subject from class KG to graduation and up to the master's level. And now is the time that students are really willing. They are having some personal thrill to learn this language, because they are doing some freelancing work. They are interacting with their international friends. They are going to get some international lectures from there. So there is 60 to 70% students are going to use English language in Pakistan at the university level.
Thank you very much for your information about.
You are welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir.
Evet, İngilizce sorununu maalesef Türkiye'de tam olarak çözemiyoruz. Öncelikle bunu tekrardan bir düşünelim. Online kursların olduğu, artık farklı öğretim